So let's do some work on defining what a healthy lifestyle is. By the end of it, you should be able to explain the health risks of being overweight or obese, describe the current prevalence of obesity in the UK, explain the risks of an unhealthy lifestyle, explain the benefits of a healthy lifestyle, and identify the risks and benefits of exercise for prevention of common health conditions, and identify sources of evidence-based credible information. So let's talk about overweight and obesity. These words are often used fairly interchangeable, but they do have different definitions. So when someone is, they both refer to someone's body mass index, which is a comparison of your height and your weight. So someone who's overweight has a BMI of 25 plus. Someone who's obese has a BMI of 30 plus. Just bear in mind, some people might have high levels of muscle that might put them in a higher category than is accurate on their body fat. If you want to calculate your BMI, put your weight in kilos and your height in meters, and then calculate your height times your height. That's your height squared. And then if you divide your weight by your height squared, you should get your kilograms and meters squared. And you can write down your classification there. Once you've done that, you can think, is that accurate? Do you have an average amount of muscle, etc.? See if you find that. But yeah, so overweight is a BMI of 25 and obese is a BMI of over 30. There are other categories of obesity if you get over 35 and over 40. And just interestingly, it's the same category for males and females. So here's some BMI classifications. Generally, if you're under 18.5, you're considered to be underweight. This is what's now used in fashion shows, etc., to ensure all models are of a healthy weight. Generally, in the 18.5 to 24.9 is considered normal. 25 to 29.9 is overweight. 30 to 35 is obese, and over 35 is extremely obese. If you are obese, it should be people's individual choices, but the trouble is it does affect quite a lot of your other health conditions. So for example, your coronary heart disease, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, difficulty sleeping, respiratory problems, quality of life, arthritis, are all part of what's a process which is driven by weight. So if people can succeed in losing weight, it does make them not extremely healthier and often happier as a result. So it is a good thing to promote. In terms of the prevalence of obesity, do a bit of research on this. So see if you can find out generally who is overweight, how many people are overweight and obese, whether there's a difference in age and gender, in different in socioeconomic status, how we compare to other countries, and then what treatments are available. So you could find reliable information in these sources. You can often search on the internet and see whether it comes up from fundamental sources. So it's obviously activity is not the same as being overweight. So you can be overweight and still be active. So being active on its own is a healthy behaviour, even if it doesn't. It is better to lead to weight loss, but even if it doesn't lead to any weight loss, it's still an independently healthy thing to do. So see if you can write down as many benefits as possible of a healthy lifestyle and see how you get on. So I don't know if you've got all these. So you could have got improved quality of life, increased life expectancy, improved mood, self-esteem, reducing the risk of illness and disease, generally drives weight loss and weight management, and generally independence in older age, all driven by an increase in activity. If you look at conditions associated with an unhealthy lifestyle, we mentioned some of them before, but you should be able to identify a large number of conditions that are linked to unhealthy lifestyle, and think about the risks and benefits of exercise. So what often exercise is shown as seen in the medical world as a fairly magic pill. It's very cheap. It tends to always works to some degree. It has a massive difference and has very few downsides. That with the caveat that you should do the right amount of exercise for your fitness levels. So last thing to just focus on is where you would find good information. So have a look at these sources, see what you think, which ones you think would be considered reliable, because some publications, although they have lots of interesting stuff in, don't have to publish it in a way which is entirely evidence-based. They can put their own spin on things. So see which ones you think, and Wikipedia, Men's Health, bodybuilding.com, they're not, although they're good publications, they're there for entertainment and telling stories rather than being absolutely point of fact. So I'm not saying don't enjoy those magazines, but if you want accurate data, you're better off going to a more credible source or a more reliable source. So you should now be able to explain the health risks of being overweight or obese, describe the current obesity level, explain the risks of a healthy and the benefits of a healthy lifestyle, and identify risks and benefits conditions that would prevent health conditions, and identify sources of evidence-based information.